Welcome to Frequency Matters, the RF Microwave Update series. I'm Pat Hindle, and I'm here with my co-host Del Pearson. In this episode, we're going to cover our October Passive Components and Integrated Assemblies themed issue. And the cover story is a good one. It's the future of filtering passive components for 5G and 6G. And it's written by authors from Dr. Mellingham College of Engineering and Technology in India. And it's great that it discusses kind of the design challenges for 5G and 6G, and then goes into the various types of filtering technologies that could be used to meet those challenges. So a good one to check out. Del, what do we have for other technical articles?
Hello, Pat. We had 3 great technical articles this month, including 1 perspective piece and 2 tech features. We had a perspective piece from Ralph Schaefer at Microcoax titled EMI Shielding, Metal Braids to Next Generation Composite Shielding. The technical article from Hyperlabs titled Power Dividers versus Power Splitters provides a technical description of both technologies, including S-parameter differentiators. It also makes basic recommendations on when to use each technology by providing application examples. Our final technical feature comes to us from 2 universities in India, Jadavpur University and the University of Kalyani, and is titled Microwave-Assisted Non-Invasive Detection of Adulteration in Milk. I personally really enjoyed this article as it provided an in-depth description of the importance of non-invasive testing for food safety, which is something that affects all of us, and provided details on their methodology and potential uses of RF test methods for further applications. We'll save our tech briefs and product features for the next episode, so I'll hand it back to you, Pat, to tell us about our special guest this week.
Yeah, we had a special guest join us for this episode, Aaron Vaisman, Micro Ceramic Business Unit Leader, and Justin Boyle, Global Market Manager for Test and Measurement, Quantum, and Automotive, all from Mini Circuits, talked with me about their entry into the automotive market. So let's take a look at a clip from that now. So Aaron, why did Mini Circuits choose to enter the automotive market? And, what investments have you made to position yourself for success?
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for your question, Pat. Actually, MCL has one of the largest, if not the largest, portfolio of LTCC components in the world, and the way we've built such portfolio has been by accommodating the needs of our customers in various markets and applications. For instance, take telecommunications. We've been developing products for base stations and backhaul infrastructure, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular. In the IoT space, for instance, we're very well known for our GPS solutions. In the aerospace and defense domain, we've been working for over 25 years in building components for radars, sensors, electronic warfare, and more recently in the satellite communications, whereas on the ground stations or the satellites deployed into space, we've put Mini Circuits LTCC content. Last, and in test and measurement, for instance, we've covered this market for a long time, and as you know, it has a broad spectrum of applications and applicability across all markets and applications. So, if you think about it, nowadays, most of these applications have made their way into the automotive market, whereas these are present within the vehicle or are becoming constituent components of the automotive infrastructure. So we actually came to realize that our components already support many of the playing applications in the automotive market. And this is where we thought our brand name, already associated with the highest quality standards, coupled very well with our extensive offerings and add a lot of value to the market that is growing.
Yeah, Mini Circuits has been expanding its LTCC products every year into various markets, so not surprising that they're addressing the automotive market. Turning to the news, SpaceX filed with the FCC asking to launch 15,000 new satellites for the direct-to-device service that they would use the spectrum SpaceX purchased from EchoStar. According to the filing, this would consist of 15,000 satellites in LEO and very low Earth orbit, operating in the mobile satellite spectrum, which I think is 2 gigahertz that they bought from EchoStar. And the system will have the capability to route traffic across the SpaceX Gen 1 and Gen 2 systems using optical intersatellite links. And at the World Space Business Week, the SpaceX COO said that this spectrum buy will change the way SpaceX works with the telcos, and SpaceX will be also starting to work with chip manufacturers to get chips compatible with the spectrum to use in consumer phones. So big step there. I also saw that RFMW announced a global distribution agreement with Pasternak to deliver a broad range of RF, microwave, and millimeter wave products. And Joel Levine, president of RFMW, said, "We're especially excited to expand our offering into the test and measurement solutions. And this is an area that RFMW as a company has invested in to provide customers with precision tools they need to ensure optimal system performance." And the new distribution agreement is effective immediately, so customers can now purchase Pasternak products from RFMW's global sales and sales network. Del, what do we have for you in the news?
Yeah, I have two news topics to cover. First, from the automotive industry, and then regarding some quantum updates. So, the first news piece I want to share comes from Gapwaves, announcing their waveguide antenna technologies integration in the new Mercedes-Benz CLAs, which are now on the roads in Sweden. Gapwaves has a partnership with Hella, who integrated the Gapwaves antenna into their 77 gigahertz radar sensors. And according to the European Commission, advanced driver assistance systems, such as these from Gapwaves and Hella, will prevent 140,000 serious injuries and save over 25,000 lives in the EU by 2038. So I spoke with the Gapwaves team at European Microwave Week, and they are very excited to contribute to these safety systems. And I'm excited to have more safety systems on the road. Turning away from the automotive industry, those of you I've had the pleasure of meeting probably know I have a special interest in quantum, so I thought I'd share a few updates on that industry, which is closely intertwined with RF technology. Most recently, Safran Federal Systems was awarded a DARPA contract under their Robust Quantum Sensor Program, which is a DoD initiative that aims to deliver position, navigation, and timing, or PNT, in environments not covered by or not available to GPS systems. On a different quantum topic, researchers from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem and Humboldt University in Berlin have made a major breakthrough in room temperature quantum technology, collecting up to 80% of photons from tiny diamond defects called nitrogen vacancy centers. I won't get too into the nitty-gritty here on the episode, but encourage you to check out the news posting on our website, which was posted on September 29th. Finally, Delft Circuits, who was one of the first companies on the scene with a high-density flex cable for quantum control and readout, announced its product roadmap through 2030, so there's a lot going on there. We just wrapped up one of our biggest RF shows of the year at European Microwave Week, so Pat, we have the wrap-up out online, but why don't you share some additional details about the show?
Yeah, we recently returned from Utrecht for EUMW 2025. So we have a big wrap-up article. It includes a photo gallery, and we did a bunch of videos, both demos and interviews. So check that out on our homepage now. And it was a very successful event, had close to 5,000 total attendees and 300 exhibiting companies, so quite a good size for European Microwave Week. In 2020, the event was moved from Amsterdam to Utrecht, but that was canceled due to the pandemic, so we finally made it to Utrecht this year. And so EUMW includes 3 conferences, but also has 3 great forums. It has a Defense, Security, and Space Forum, Automotive Forum, and 6G Forum. And we had people speaking in the Defense, Security, and Space Forum as we helped organize that event. Spectrum Control and Corvo both gave great talks there. And they announced for next year that they'll have a separate space forum and then the separate defense and security one. So be looking forward to that in London. And the forums really set this event apart, enabling the defense companies, both component up to the systems level, exchange technical information and network. So it's unlike any event like at IMS where it's kind of just all device and component people. This really goes up the food system chain, so everyone gets to talk about systems. The quality of delegates is very high, and they set a record for exhibition space. I really wanted to point out that the test and measurement companies showed off their technology this year. Aronia has a USB-based Spectrum V6 with real-time bandwidth of up to 490 megahertz and a sweep speed of 3 terahertz per second, which is impressive. Rohde and Schwarz introduced their FSWX signal and spectrum analyzer to Europe, and this combines multiple input ports with cross-correlation. And Keysight showed off full S-parameter and wideband active load pole at 250 gigahertz. And we also have Virginia Diodes, who's working with several companies. I saw their extenders and mini boosts, and they're making measurements up into the terahertz range. And finally, Myri Microwave, with all its acquisitions, showed D-band phase noise measurements, active load pole to 170 gigahertz, and full pulse IV measurements. And their multi-band and miniature tuners are very impressive. So lots going on in test and measurement at that event. Del, what were your thoughts on EUMW 2025?
Yeah, I thought it was a great show, and I really enjoyed the city of Utrecht as well. I think the smaller size of the show, I would agree, fosters more in-depth conversations on the root technological advances being shared, and there's always a bit of a recap from IMS as well. So I think IMS retains the largest number of new product introductions, but European Microwave Week is a well-timed follow-up on these, with lots of companies sharing product updates. I also love the show because it allows us to see a lot of different demos, so it's a nice learning opportunity for everyone. For other events, we have EDICon online right around the corner on the 22nd of this month, featuring talks on signal integrity, power integrity, PCBs, interconnects, and EMI. You can find more info and register for EDICon under the Events tab on the Microwave Journal website. Also, before we sign off, I wanted to note that our 2026 editorial calendar is officially live, so if you have anything you'd like to contribute to the journal, please don't hesitate to reach out. I think that wraps up this episode. Our sponsor is Mini Circuits. From communications networks and critical national security systems to life-saving diagnostic imaging, quantum computing, and much more, Mini Circuits supports the world's most innovative companies in building a faster, smarter, more connected future with the power of RF, microwave, and millimeter wave technology. Also remember, as a member of the industry, a subscription to Microwave Journal is free, so visit our site and subscribe today if you're not already a reader. Please give us a like and subscribe to our channels, and thank you for watching. Join us next time for Frequency Matters.